Welcome to the Hollywood Autograph Show.
Does everybody know what time it is? It's time for the Hollywood Show. We are back in my hometown, Burbank, California, at the Marriott, and I am so excited to be here. Come out and see us.
Chuck, it's Marvin, your cousin Marvin Berry. You know that new Hollywood show that you were looking for? Well, watch this. Hi, here it is. We're hanging up on Chuck, but we're here at the Hollywood show. It's Marvin Berry. I have so much fun. I got a whole row of Back to the Future friends, and now I think that perhaps we're going to have a hell of a good time. So, let's do something that really counts.
This is the third edition of Back to the Future, the Ultimate Visual History, and it is the full history of the entire franchise of Back to the Future. It goes through how Bob Zemeckis and Bob Gale came together, how they came up with Back to the Future, the ordeal of getting it made, and then week by week, where everything was filmed, what scenes were filmed, with Eric Stoltz as Marty, and then Michael J. Fox, and then goes through parts 2, 3, the animated series, the theme park attraction, and the musical.
My name is Sam Klossman. I used to do the voice of Donald Duck at Disney back in the 70s and 80s, and now I'm the baby duck on Tom and Jerry, Little Quacker. And of course, Donald Duck is much larger and, bigger voice. It's
That's a big
There you go.
What was it like working on Christmas Vacation?
It was bliss, The cast was friendly, the director was brilliant, the script is incredible. So, very, very fortunate to have been part of it,
And my family quotes it all the time.
Yeah, even our family, it's just irresistible, it's I got so lucky.
You have one of the most iconic lines, too.
I do, it's wild. I think it was something to the effect of, I don't know, Margot, I'm trying to remember, I'm just kidding.
I still badly want to just say the whole thing. But,
I know, it's fine. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you. What's your favorite film to work on?
Heathers. I'm a huge fan of the script and was so thrilled to be in it.
Here we are at the Hollywood show, having the time of my life, and I'm signing autographs for my films, and I've directed a few of them. These are among my best and worst, to tell you the truth. My favorite film has got to be Alligator. Now, but my best film is Cujo, over here.
I was there for
Now, my most fun film was Cat's Eye, this one right here. And the most difficult is probably Navy SEALs.
I love this photo with the dancing.
That was fun. That was Dee Wallace's idea to dance. And this guy, the guy inside that suit, is Gary, right over here.
He's got the little doggy on his table.
Working on Cujo was really fun, and it was hard, and we dealt a lot with weather problems and the real dog, and I was in the dog suit doing all the attack scenes. And amidst being a horror movie, we had a lot of laughs on the set, and kept it really light amidst all of the craziness. It was a crazy shoot, but one of the highlights in my career memory was working on Cujo.
Yes, Audition 1984. I had to sing 36 bars of a song, which I won't sing right now because it'll take up time. And in the next week, I got called to meet Bob Zemeckis. We talked about theater for 20 minutes. That's all we did. And then New Year's Eve, I got the call to be Marvin Berry in Back to the Future.
Most of the time when you're just starting out, you're doing all the dirty work. You're dragging the pads, whatever it is. But I got lucky. I came down and it all worked out.
One thing about these things, I can tell you, when you start to look at people and they're telling you their stories and stuff, and you're taking it all in, you're in this whole Back to the Future vibe, and you're trying to get it all in, your eyes get a little glazed over. I'm going to make noise. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to require you to laugh. I'm going to require you to respond. All right, now that I'm very loud. Yeah, I did a film, a CBS movie of the week called Scared Straight, Another Story. Oh, yeah. Way back in the olden days of 1980. And it was a film that was based off of a documentary where they take kids into the prison system and have the adults scare them and blah, blah, blah. But the casting director from that particular project happened to be the casting director from Back to the Future. And Steven Spielberg had Amblin Entertainment, and these big giant gates open up into this compound. And I'm walking in there like, wow. Have a meeting. I talk to them. They talk to me. Steven Spielberg pops his head in and looks at me. I go, that's Steven Spielberg, Zemeckis. They asked me if I could sing.
Yeah, did they ask you that big question?
That's something that we'll get into later on. I don't like to be long-winded because a lot of us have to speak. But I didn't know how to sing, and I should have said yes. Anyway, long story short, that's how Goldie Wilson came to be.
The scene that Lorraine is smoking and drinking in the car with Marty at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. I knew I was auditioning for the girlfriend role, but I hadn't read the script. I wasn't allowed to. And I had one audition with Steven Spielberg, Bob Zemeckis, Bob Gale, Neil Canton, they were all the producers, Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, Fenton Feinberg, Judy Taylor.
Was there enough room in the...
It was very, very crowded. And a guy on his 11th callback for Marty. And so we did the scene. I was in there for about 2.5 hours, and most of the time, Steven Spielberg was just talking to me. It was like we were the only two people in the room, and everything he asked me, I kept saying, I'll tell you as long as you promise not to tell me.
This was a drive-on at the Universal Studios lot, and like Dawn said, you entered this compound and it was this big adobe house with E.T. and I just went, oh my gosh, the tram is going by, I'm waving, and so I walked in my big 80s hair, the blue eyeshadow and platform shoes and looking all USC and I walked over, I opened the door and on the couch it was like a great room. And Steven Spielberg, who I recognized, and Bob Zemeckis and Neil were on the couch laughing and talking. And I tiptoed over to the reception desk and I said, oh, I'm here for the farm girl or something. And she said, oh, yeah, it's just a short little scene. You're pretending you think you've seen an alien and you scream, shoot and pop.
I got in the audition room. They said, hey, we want you to look into that television there. We want you to pretend you're seeing some guy doing some cool skateboarding tricks. So, and the line is, wow, look at him go. So that's what I did. I just, saw a guy doing cool tricks in the TV and said the line, and they were like, okay, thank you.